Hi John, I wanted to give you a brief demonstration of what we've got so far on your app. Here's our home page, and what we've done here, we've taken the logo you gave us and the colors from that logo and some of the color schemes that you're using on your website and come up with a look that I think you'll find is consistent throughout the app and is consistent with your branding in other areas. So the yellow and gold, obviously the mountains of Alaska, and the yellow and gold of the logo. You'll see this pop up on backgrounds and on the colors of the tabs and what have you. So I'm going to go through the tabs one by one. There's no particular rhyme or reason to the order of this. We can mix and match the order depending on what you feel is appropriate once the app is live. But let's just go through them one by one, and we'll show you what each does. The Tell the Friend tab is just a way to get the app quickly onto as many different phones as possible. You can share it with anybody. Once you've got it on your phone, you can share it with anybody by either email or Facebook or Twitter. So you can send an email and it pre-populates, so you can just fill this in from your address book on the phone. And Apple likes this kind of functionality. It just is a good way to use the phone's functions to use the addresses to send the app around. So it's just a good quick way of getting it onto as many phones as possible. You can do it by Facebook or by Twitter or even by text messaging. The announcements tab is actually your push notifications, just another word for push notifications. I don't have any in there at the moment, but you can use this message function. Once the app goes live, we'll send you a very brief video explaining how to send these out. Very simple. It's just like sending a tweet. And they can go out to people for your advertisers, or to announce publication dates of the magazine, or to announce specific events you're working with. Lots of different ways to do it. You need to be a little careful. You don't want to overdo it. Send 15 of these things out every day. But if you send them out and people see them on their phone, it's a much better way to communicate with folks than email or some other communications. The About tab is just information about you and your team, and this is the area I was looking for some bios. Your point is well taken. We can certainly add bios over time as they come in, and photographs too. But the one that I really do think we have to have in there is you. We've got your photograph, you are the publisher, but we've got bio to come. And this is the kind of incomplete tab that would jeopardize its getting approved by iTunes. iTunes will not approve an app that they consider to be incomplete. Now, it's not incomplete in as much as they have no idea how many staff you have, so they're not going to say, oh, it's not complete because you've only got 5 staff on there, but they will say it's complete if you have 1 staff on there and there's no bio there. So do get that one to me sooner rather than later. The Events tab, obviously that's a big part of your business, the events that you work with. So let me just take you through these. Basically what we have is a horizontal image across the top which sort of illustrates the event, and then in the bottom part we have information about that event. On this one I haven't actually filled that in, but you can then add comments. If you're an end user, you can add comments which will go viral, go through Facebook and go into your news feed and Twitter accounts and what have you. You can let folks know if you're going to be attending, and once you get there, if you take photographs, you can upload photographs about that particular event. So it's a nice interactive way. And up here in the top right hand corner there's even a calendar tab, and you can add that event to your calendar and it'll send you reminders that the event is coming up, and let you know to make the time to attend. Here's one I put together for your Iron Dog snowmobile race. Here you can see I've actually put some information in the bottom half, and all the other functions remain the same. So comments, yes I'm attending, yes I'm going to take some photographs and upload them here. So just a good way to work with all the various events that you already have good relationships with. In the More tabs we've got columns. This took a lot of time to put together, but I think it's a nice feature, and it works nicely on the iPhone, but it works even better on an iPad. So just taking the various columns from your website, and you can pick on any one of them and go through with stories that people have already submitted to your website. So people could browse through this on a, particularly as I say, on an iPad, and get a good feel for what the magazine is all about and what the website is all about just through the app. So a nice way to introduce people to the publication. Advertisers, obviously we're a media property here, so advertisers are a big part of what you're pushing. All I've done for this so far is just put live links directly to the website. So I picked these up of your website, and we can list the advertiser's name here, put a nice little graphic to the left which is their logo basically, and that links directly through to their advertiser's website. I won't click it right now because it takes you out of the app and into their website, but it's just something that you can do. Where there is a feed, it's just an RSS feed. Again, I haven't set it up yet, but it's very easy to set up. We pick up a feed either from the Weather Channel or from WeatherBug or one of the online weather services, and type in a zip code. So you tell me which zip code is the most appropriate. We could do it for Anchorage or any other location where your readers would be most interested, and you can get that feed directly into the app of what the weather's going to be like now, what's it going to be like in time, later on today or tomorrow evening or what have you. Area restaurants, there was some confusion as to how you wanted this. On the form you sent right from the very beginning, it does have something on there saying that you wanted a tab for dining and entertainment. I took that to mean restaurants, but from communication you and Karen shared yesterday, perhaps that's not what you were looking for. But either way, we've got it listed here, and it works exactly the same way as the advertiser tab. We click on these links and it takes us straight to the website of the restaurant. You can sell these spots in the app to those various restaurants, particularly if they already advertise with you. You can do a relatively small upsell and have them added into the app as well, and help fund the cost of developing the app. It's a neat way to fund that. A lot of our tournament advertisers clients use that to fund their app development. Social media, obviously you've got a Facebook page, you've also got your own website. We should probably work on getting that mobile friendly. It's still a very much of a computer desktop type website, and if you've got Twitter accounts and YouTube channels and Google Plus and all the other social media platforms, we can add those there. Car Finder, this is a neat feature. This is something that uses the GPS of the phone when you park somewhere, either to go on a trek or go on a snowmobiling adventure or what have you. You want to make sure you don't lose track of where the car is, so you can, as you leave the car, you can use this tab, you can set your location, and then wherever you end up going, your phone will direct you back to your vehicle. So a nice neat feature for people to use when they're off in the wilderness. The gallery feature, actually let's do this backwards. Submitting photographs. This is a feature that someone who's got the app can either choose a photograph from their own gallery on their own phone, or they can use the phone's camera to actually take a photograph right then and there. I know you already have this feature in your website, and I think the great benefit of the app is that it makes it a little bit more spontaneous. You're out in the wilderness, you see something really cool you want to take a photograph of, and you can submit it straight away through the phone, through the app, straight into your website. What this does, though, it doesn't go straight live into the app. It does go to someone's email address, just so that it can be moderated first. You don't necessarily want to give people freedom to put photographs on your app without moderation. So what can happen is that they go to an email address. Once that person who's in charge of this gallery approves the photograph, it's very quick to get it into this app, and now people can look through the gallery, see themselves, see their friends, see the various events that are going on. So over time, of course, that will grow to be quite an extensive gallery. And then we have the mailing list. This is something that I think all media companies need to do. I know you've got your website and you've got your print publication. I don't know if you do an email newsletter, but this is a great way to sort of attract people to that. Take some of the same content, put it into an email newsletter, and people can sign up for that here just by typing in their name and their email address and join. And this is fully functional with any number of different email services like Constant Contact or MailChimp or Aweber or any number of different email services. So that's what we've got so far. We can certainly go back and forth on adding tabs, subtracting tabs, but I think we've got a very good place to start. As I say, the things that I'm most concerned about is making sure that we get a bio from you. That only needs to be about 4 or 5 sentences, and a few more events to add into this section here, because I think that's a nice feature that we can add in and use for what you already do as a big part of your business. Work with Karen on feedback, any ideas on what you have and what you might want to do with it going forward. But I'd like to get this finished as soon as possible. I know you're anxious to get going on the next one, and we'd love to help you with that as soon as you're ready, basically. So see how you feel with this one in terms of what you've got, what you want to add, what you want to subtract, and work with Karen on that, and then we'll get cracking on the next one if that's appropriate. Thanks very much.